Hello everybody, welcome to your Wednesday edition of the MCN. Also make sure to check out the other channel, the third channel I guess, my RTM Marvel Rivals channel. As I said, I will sporadically promote this channel. To give you an idea, the last time I promoted it was last week. So you're getting it in like one in every 20 videos that I might mention it. So I'm just mentioning it now. If you want to see a different game rather than Marvel Contest of Champions, Marvel Rivals is going to closed alpha next month and I'm going to be covering it once it goes live. I'm putting up content sporadically, you know. I put up a little shorts today and also a couple of other videos. If anybody's interested, go and check out that other channel. The link is in the description. But in any case, let's get right into it, and starting off with Mastery Loadouts. As a lot of you know, Kabam's sort of compensation to this is to allow us more time to have this kind of mastery respec and loadout switching free swap type thing. And all well and good, that is great, but this is the thing, isn't it? Like, I find it a bit of a difficult situation. I saw a poll on the forums which was saying, should we get compensation for mastery loadouts bugs? Obviously, and the thing is, it was 50-50. Like, it was pretty much like even, and that's weird, isn't it? I'm in two minds about this. Number one, it's something that I really wanted to see in game, and it's in. But I was very, very realistic. As I've said in multiple pieces of content, and as well when this was announced, it will come in with bugs. I think a lot of us were well aware that it was going to come in with bugs, but it has led to more further issues in that the game's quite unpleasant in a lot of areas because mastery loadouts aren't working as intended, or masteries in general are a little bit broken, especially with some interaction and stuff that I've had today in Alliance Wars. Many other Alliance members have had the same thing, and of course in different content. There's still no word about any kind of further compensation, but it's definitely frustrating to say the least, and this was where a fix was meant to be issued last week. Of course we did a video outlining that, and hopefully there's maybe something, a nice bit of compensation. But do bear in mind, when Alliance War Seasons ends, when is it? Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow ends? Or today? It might be today. It is today. So it ends today. We should be receiving by the end of the week or next week a really nice amount of compensation. So we'll see what Kabam are giving us. But I don't think they'll give any more for what's gone on with the Mastery loadout situation. Next up, and shout out to Cat Murdoch, who has put together infographics. We love a nice infographic here on the channel, and this one here is pretty meaty because it outlines what is entering into the Titan Crystal. Now, one thing that I have tried to do is save my Titan Crystal shards, as many other people may choose to do. And of course, you can see that 7-star blade, which was rumored earlier, and we talked about that, is right there. I think then joins 7-star Luke Cage, which is another odd one, not odd one, but kind of one that we kind of talked about that was kind of entering in. And of course, you know, 7-star Xerxes, that's gonna impress Piccolo, but also you know, could be a very nasty defender, as well as a bullseye, for God's sake. But look, yeah, I'm excited for this. I am saving up a load of 7-star crystals for a very big opening when I go on holiday next month. So Crystal Week is going to be back, but it could be different. Imagine MCOC at sea. I'll talk to you about that next month. But interesting to note what is also in the 7-star basic. A lot of champions, of course, are there at the moment that are pretty spicy. Again, helps to save up those crystals. And new additions that have been added in are Iron Man, Vox? Yeah, Vox. I honestly confuse me every time I say Vox. Spider-Ham 7-star, Photon. Oh, I love a 7-star Photon. To kind of match in with a few others. But there is a bit of an issue and a bit of an error at the moment. So I don't know if Command will tidy this up by the time this video goes live. But you can see right here that we're seeing Serpent as one of the 7-star basics. That is not exactly correct. And this has been confirmed as a bug with Command Jack saying that it looks like the crystals have updated correctly, but the banner hasn't updated properly. So the content's correct, the top prize info is confusing. The team is working on remedy this now, so you'll probably see that being fixed. And of course, you can see, oh, that no, just the destroyer should not be in there. It should not be in there. And then as to the question, anyone noticed that the Titan Crystal timer has increased from 56 days to 70 days, 2 more weeks to wait for the crystal to get changed? Is it a bug? The timing of the crystal changeover is based on our build timelines, which aren't static. When you think about it, it can't possibly be 56 days every time, as that is less than 2 months, and we only release 2 new champions a month. So I think it highlights stuff. If people are concerned about, okay, well, the Titan Crystal is a reset that's longer or larger, hopefully this clarifies the situation with that one. But yeah, I think it's sometimes that if we got 31-day month and how Kabam kind of branch over when quests, event quests cycles start and end, like it can differ with things. So gives you an answer on that particular topic. Act 8.4 launch live stream. So today at 10 AM PST, there's going to be a live stream, which is the 8.4 live stream. That's going to go over the boss, I think some fights, the giveaway, which we'll talk about in a moment. And yeah, I'm hoping they announce spring cleaning 2024 or the Gwenpool Bobble Bauble Blowout, because not everybody wants to do and not everybody can do Act 8.4. Now I'm going to be trying to do as much content, talk about stuff, talk about the completion offer, talk about everything that I can in the first 24 hours, and obviously try and do the content as quickly as possible. But there's a lot of things I need to do in my life, man, things. But yeah, we'll try our best to cover as much as possible, especially with the end boss, which is the Punisher. Blah, 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 blah. Is his name? There's a proper name. I'm just being a bit kind of like silly with that. And of course, it's interesting because if you want to rush through the energy, by the way, that costs a lot of energy refills. And I've got to be honest, I don't want to spend all my units, so I might try and push as far as I can, and then kind of try and do some catch up here and there, and do some fun videos, maybe some interactions and stuff on some of the paths. But yes, it can be quite expensive to rush through it. But an interesting thing came up from all this, and that's the giveaway of every single 6-star to one particular player, and it's caused a bit of a stir with people. Some people are a little bit annoyed about this. Now, it's great that Kabam give giveaways. I would have hoped that they'd offer, I don't know, more people opportunity as opposed to saying one person, because one person can get every single 6-star. And it also depends on who gets it, because who gets it could give out some nice stuff to people. And Kabam have like responded back to a bit of flack and a bit of criticism on the matter. Pretty certain it was announced on Twitch. It stated that everyone watching on the 10th would get 8 6-stars. That was never the case. Okay, I don't know if that, I couldn't remember that. And also, hey, I'll let you get back to rewatch the stream. That's what I took from it for while watching, and correct, not misinformation, just someone telling it how it is. Heads up, so far, Kabam backside, you've gone blind. Oh, God bloody hell, everyone. Take a chill pill. No one in discussion is going to win, and I can assure you that to be true. Give us a timestamp because I was there, and I can promise you that nobody said that. You can find that timestamp. I'm going to remove 8 6-stars from your account. You have 5 minutes. Go. I'd love that. Sometimes Kabam Mike, even though he jokes, sometimes it's kind of like it's either kind of too far in different directions with things, but. Now, Kabam Jax did respond to all this hullabaloo, saying, we're celebrating the release of new content, not you. There are plenty of ways we celebrate summoners at different times. This is how we've elected to do our giveaway, and all factors are being considered for this specific scenario, and I think it's pretty rad. This, of course, will make major gains if it's somebody that's kind of like a new player to the game, and say there's, I don't know, like, I'm not going to go with specifics. There's probably a specific number to it. It might be like 240 champions are available 6-star. Well, it's probably more than that. Let's go with 250 because I think it's like 260. So let's say 250 champions in game are available as 6-stars. Somebody could get every single one, and that's pretty darn amazing. If they're a new player to the game. If they're an older player to the game, then it could be that they have, and again, we're just theorizing here, you know, that they have 180 of the 6-star champions that are available. Now, if that's a case all of them they already have, then they could have the following, which is they could have dupes. So they could have 275 7-star shards. So they could get 49,500 7-star shards right there. And of course, divide that by 15,000 is 3. So it's just over 3 for that. So if it's an older player, they could get upwards of... Look, it's more if they've got max signatures, but I can't go into that level of depth of kind of guessing the future. If anybody's got a time machine, go forward in the future, find out who it is, and if it's an older player, new players again, come back from the past and come tell me you didn't arrive. So therefore, it's a failure to create time travel, and therefore a failure to inform me of the future. That's a joke, by the way. Don't take that too seriously. But you can equate for all these scenarios. Like, I don't think M thought last year that she'd be picking up a 7-star on what is an uncollected account. So anything can really happen with this one. And I hope it's a new player that gets this. Yes, it would be a leg up for a lot of players. But I really hope in a wholesome way that it goes to that one player that maybe plays a bit... isn't really, it has some 6-star champions, but is really rooting to get like a large amount more to kind of start making some real gains and have coverage, because that's the main thing, having coverage of different types of things. Will that stomp on people in Alliance Wars in a lower type of threshold, a lower tiering? Yes, of course. But this is the problem, isn't it? Kabam are damned if they do and damned if they don't do stuff like this. But what are your thoughts on this matter? Put it in the comment section down below. Do you care? Do you not care? And now, autoplay broken. So this is something that's been a week in the build-up, and obviously it's taken a week for Kabam to respond. That's of course like where we're kind of like go into what's going wrong in game. So many people have said about this that they can't access the... Sometimes it works, sometimes not. Seems to maybe have to do with how you start the autoplay. Started autoplay from just one map. I think I've had an issue like this. But it looks like this is a known issue by Kabam. I noticed something. If you're a leader in your alliance, after entering exit Alliance Wars page, you have these issues. Back button won't work, won't auto fight. I've heard something similar to that. So yeah, it is a known issue with this one. A few devices have been mentioned, but if you're experiencing it, you're experiencing it. I don't know if this is, and it's good that Kabam are able to reproduce this bug. The team is aware of the issue, and we're working to reproduce it. At this point in time, the issue is impacting a relatively low number of accounts, so we're trying to chase down a common connecting element. If you experience this issue, what device you play on. So if you are experiencing the same issue, go to the thread in the link in the description. Very unusual, but looks like Kabam are aware of this. Now let's quickly end on predictions for the Prowler Featured Arena and Mephisto Basic Arena as well. Predictions, I'm going with 135 mil for 6-star Prowler, 35 mil for the 5-star version. This aligns with the recent Serpent Arena, where I even feel that like you'll see less of those scores. But Mephisto, I think is going to be very, very low. Even 17 mil is being a bit generous to the arena. I feel it could be about 15 mil based on some of the previous basic arenas, especially for Mephisto in general. 8 mil for the 5-star version. Probably going to be a little bit less than that. It could be a bit scary. Possibly not. But anyway, thanks for watching the show today. Check out some other content located on screen, and see you later on for some Act 8.4 coverage. Have a great day. Bye-bye.